So if you've been watching my channel as of recently, say in the last couple months, a thought may have crossed your mind, and that is, Ray, why do you have 3 brawlers under 500 trophies? At that, 2 of the best brawlers in the entire meta, I would say top 2, Gale and Surge. Gale at 118, the least impressive of them all. Well, in my eyes, there's nothing more exciting than mastering particular brawlers in Brawl Stars, especially those that don't necessarily have a place in the meta, those that are considered below average compared to the best brawlers in the game, the meta brawlers. Being able to stand toe-to-toe with one of the best brawlers in the game with a below average brawler and performing well is something really, really awesome. So with all of that in mind, we're going to be outlining one of my absolute favorite pro players inside the Brawl Stars community and his epic grind, getting the world record with Bull, a brawler not considered the best in the meta. Pika is his name and Bull is his freaking game. Let's get straight away into this, guys. Hopefully you're excited. Let's do it. So we're starting off today's video over on Starlist Pro on their Brawler record feature on their website, outlining Pika's trophy high push on Bull, and that is 1,668 trophies. I would say quite a ways ahead of the second place spot. We had already mentioned that Pika was going for the world record a few weeks ago, and he achieved it fairly early on into his push. But the main thing that I want to outline with the gameplay in today's video is just his complete mastery over a brawler that isn't considered that crazy good in the game, playing him in game modes that he wouldn't necessarily fit in, going up against meta brawlers and doing very, very good against them. So guys, before we get into that gameplay, make sure to go check out the links in the description down below. Y'all are going to want to follow Pika and what he does in the community. He has a YouTube channel, a Twitter, as well as an Instagram if you guys would like to follow him any further after this video today. So guys, that's enough of an introduction of what we're doing today. Let's get straight away into the madness of Bull. Let's do it. All right, everybody, so getting straight away into the very first match that I want to share with you all of Pika during his world record push. So all the games that you're going to see are super high up in trophies. I would say on average like 1,500, so it fluctuates a little bit, 1,400, close to 1,600, but around that mark. So they're super high up there in trophies, which in and of itself can be really difficult on the mental to perform at that high of trophy range. So the games that you're going to see is primarily Heist as well as Gem Grab, but starting off with Heist here, and to be honest, y'all know I really enjoyed Gem Grab, and I really enjoyed Pika's gameplay in Gem Grab. I think it's his best mode with Bull here, but able to super in there on the Heist safe, getting a little bit of damage there. And one thing that I want you guys to keep note of while you're watching Pika here is just the little things that he understands about Bull, such as how many shots it takes to get his super. You'll see him a lot like shooting twice really quickly and then supering right away, knowing exactly how many shots it's going to take. Just having a good feel for the brawler in general. Right there, getting the pull, shooting once, supering up, even getting the damage from the super to help out take out that Daryl. And we're doing just fine on this Heist safe. A quick match. If you ask me, can Bobby finish it up? He's trying, but Pika coming back in. Maybe he can do the finishing blow here. Let's go, and supering away. Let's go. So I think he got star player in this one, but next I want to transition into Gem Grab. We'll see how he does there. All right, everybody, so transitioning into the next game, this time on Gem Grab, and this map I feel like Pika always does really well on, but up against a comp that is really good on this map as well. Definitely hard to lane against a Mr. P here, especially with a brawler that doesn't have much range like Bull, but he does a fairly decent job. In retrospect, the better matchup is Rosa, but as you can see, using a little head fake, moving backwards as the last sight of the Mr. P, being able to see Bull moving backwards, you know he's going to shoot, but Pika instead uses a gadget and then goes in to take out the Mr. P's. So using that Gene star power for a little bit of healing, helping out take out that Rosa, and you'll see this really good synergy that Bobby and Pika have here. Always hanging out by Bobby for the pulls to get some good super for Bull, as well as just helping out for a quick kill. The pull right into a Bull, few basic attacks is definitely dangerous, man. A lot of damage there. But Pika doing a fairly good job. Another thing you'll notice in Gem Grab is Pika doesn't necessarily worry a whole lot about the gems he has. He keeps up that aggro pressure a lot of the time, even if it is just 2 gems. That definitely can be a big difference for the outcome of it, but you can't stop playing the way that you're playing if it's working, right? So he does a good job in that sense. But looks like Gene and Rosa are doing the same exact combo as Bobby and Pika are doing, but I would say Pika's a little bit better for that type of deal with the pull and then the quick poppy kills like this. So Pika has super. I think in a sense he probably would have, if he wasn't really high up in trophies, just supered in on those guys once he had it, but he instead did this, a little bit of a tactical super there, moving around on the back end, then taking out that Gene there from an angle above, pinching them in an awkward way, and then taking the gems and retreating to safety. And since Bobby now has all the gems, he can play aggro as much as he likes. So freaking fun to watch how Pika plays with Bull. So next, getting into probably my favorite match of the video that you guys are about to see. It's a bit of a longer one. I think it's about 4-ish minutes, high 3 minutes, but it's action-packed and a lot of fun Bull stuff here. So laning up against Rosa in the left lane, not a bad matchup, but definitely the ideal one to go up against is Frank there. But in general, this comp is super good for Pika. I'm sure once he hopped into this, seeing a Rosa and a Frank, he was just drooling. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Mortis with Lobbers, seeing all that health, being able to pop him real quick. But using that pull there from the Gene, getting some good super off of the Rosa, and then supering in on the B and taking her out quickly and gaining control. And as you can see, Pika, once he starts ripping, man. Nothing can stop him. Getting in there, causing havoc, pushing everyone back, buying his teammates a few seconds to get as many gems as possible. And now his team is in the lead and doing just fine. Now, I don't think Bull or Pika, I feel myself calling Pika Bull a lot just because he's so dang good with them, but the enemy team pressuring in here. A little bit of a bad turn here, but Johnny Boy on the attack, taking out that Rosa, doing a really good job. Now Pika's going to play a tiny bit more passive here, I believe, hanging out by Bobby for a potential pull, which is the smartest thing to do in this situation, kind of pulling back the reins from being so aggro and trying to make some clutch plays because it's needed. So a good pull from Bobby there. Pika charging up some super with a few basic attacks on that Rosa, and I'm sure he's really close to it. So we'll see if he can make a play here. So there we go. He gets his super, but he's really low in health, so he's just retreating back. And honestly, I like the way Pika is playing here. I know, I have a feeling what's going through his head, and that is just kind of hang back, be the smart, or like play that passive smart gameplay, because it's not that low of a gem difference between the enemy team and himself, his team. So he's just there for his teammates and just having that presence on the map, which is the smartest thing. You can be aggro and stuff like that, but when it calls for it, right, you got to know how to flip that switch. But Pika playing very well there. Super fun to see him rip around there in the beginning at 1,611 trophies at that. That's insane. Playing like that without any nerves, just normal gameplay when you're that high in trophies, man, is crazy. But let's get into the next one. So switching gears once again, back to Heist. Pika and his team are sitting really high up in trophies once again. I believe Pika is exactly at 1,515 trophies. So, man, the nerves must be high, but I guess if you're so comfortable with the Brawler, you know what you're doing, you know what you need to do for your team, I guess like that instinct just kind of takes over when you're playing this high up there. But Pika able to lane up against that Max really well and getting some percent off on that Heist safe and retreating back to Bobby because Bobby has that super, so he's there for that epic pull on a Brawler that is needed to be pulled. But here we go. It is 3v1. Bobby doing a fairly decent job single-handedly, or selecting that Rico there, I believe, is what he was doing, just because Rico is really good at taking that damage on the Heist safe from a distance. So if that was something that he was trying for, very smart play on Bobby's part there. But Pika supering in there, finding an opportunity to get some more damage on the Heist safe, and it is close, 68% to 54. The one thing is, like, whenever I'm watching these matches, sometimes I forget how high they are up in trophies, right? Like the nerves when a game is this close, like how do you play? But using a super there to take out that Rico through the wall. I'm assuming the Rico wasn't necessarily expecting it, but again, getting some good damage on the Heist safe. And I believe, or I feel like in Heist when you're playing with Bull, it's okay to play super aggressive like that because your momentum, that pressure that you're doing in that game to go to the Heist safe kind of draws the enemy team back. So it allows your two other teammates to push back up and gain control of the map. So it's always good to have a tankier unit like a Bull or something like that on Heist safe or a Heist map such as this. But going down to that Max there, but doing a really good job kind of pulling away with this game here after it was really close. So let's see if Pika can do something here at the end. I don't necessarily remember how this one ends, but Rico, speedy Rico being a nuisance there. The Carl going in, but getting a few shots there and angling down his super to get the damage, as well as retreating to safety. So a smart play there in the end. So Pika getting star player once again, and another amazing match, man. Okay, so heading back into gem grab on a familiar map. I believe this was all basically on the same day. Don't let the skin fool you. I know Pika always switches skins. Like every single match or every single game, he'll switch the skin just to kind of have fun with it, keep things fresh. But laning up against the Frank, definitely the best option for Pika here. Killing the Frank, using the super to take out the Pam, and now it is 3v1 Pika, then taking out the Rico, literally a full team wipe with the help of Pika. I guess the Pam was really low there, so he didn't do too much for the Pam, but still taking out all three, doing what an aggro should be doing, man. Helping out on all parts of the map, being a nuisance, and that allows Pika's team to have the 5 gem lead here, but the enemy team now has a pretty good position. One thing you'll notice with Bull is once you rip up the map on a map that has a lot of bushes, you become a little bit more susceptible to those longer range brawlers. They know exactly where you're at, so you have to be a little bit more scrappy with your movement, a little bit more tactical to try to get in close. But the Rico is now in Pika's lane, but Pika just going in their faces, man. Goes right up to the Frank, gets some super to pop out that Rico, angling the corner so he gets stopped on the corner so he can dish off that damage. Pika then using Gadget to heal up a little bit, but stays in the fight. He don't care, man. He's got 3 gems, so if he dies, the stopwatch will, or the countdown will stop, but he don't care, man. He does not care. Using that super on the Frank, he's getting dangerously low here, but stays in the fight. Gets a few basic attacks against the Frank, and then supers away. Calm as a cucumber, man. I love it. Or is the term cool as a cucumber? And at 1,539 trophies. I could see people doing that a little bit lower, but those crazy plays, the nerve, man. And then the final game that I have for you in today's video, once again on the same exact map. Like I said before, Pika does really good on this map. Knowing that the Rosa is going in the left lane, he then follows the Rosa over there. Definitely the best matchup. Those close range brawlers, Pika does really, or I should say just Bull in general, does really good against them. A Tara or a Jean, it's going to be a different story. But with a map like this where there's a lot of bushes, you can be scrappy and stuff. But Pika just going in, relentless pressure, pushing the enemy team back. I feel like Bull really commands a lot of attention, right? So if you super in like that, it draws the whole entire enemy team back, like we were mentioning before. You could see all 3 of those guys just hovering around Pika once he supered in, trying to take him out. But here we go, going in on the Rosa, proccing Gadget so you can take him out comfortably, and then getting the Rosa to waste her super. A bad super there by the Rosa. Now Pika hanging back by Bobby there, maybe thinking that the Jean is getting close to super, but just hanging out trying to protect the Jean, just because Jean has super as well, so he can be there for the good combo like we were mentioning before. So here we go, still landing up against the Rosa. His eyes or his attention should be on Rosa for the majority of the match, until he starts going aggro and ripping around with his super and being like annoying and stuff like that on the map. But doing a really good job there, putting the gas pedal down to the ground when he needs to, being aggressive and stuff like that, but then pulling back the reins when he needs to as well. A really good aggro, right? You don't want to be the aggro that's just throwing themselves in there every single time, dying within 5 seconds of the match. But again, another really awesome game at really high trophies. Fantastic. Alrighty guys, so those are all the matches that I have for you in today's video of just how good Pika is with Bull. It is insane, and I'm sure a lot of the matches that you guys just saw was like me fanboying over Pika, and guys, he's not one of my favorite pro players in the community for nothing. It's so much fun watching his gameplay, having complete mastery over Brawler that seems to be directed towards kind of the beginner people, right? When they first enter Brawl Stars, I feel like myself, when I first started, Bull was someone that I kind of gravitated towards because he's very simple, he does a lot of damage, he has some fun mobility and stuff like that, but then learning the insides and outs, taking it up a notch, and then being able to play Bull at a tier against meta comp brawlers is just really fun to see, and honestly a pretty big inspiration why I like playing with some of the lower tier brawlers in the game, trying to play them up to par with some of the meta brawlers in the game. So fantastic, so much fun watching them. But yeah guys, hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to slap a like on it. Once again, go check out the links in the description down below. Go check out Pika's stuff if you enjoyed what you saw here. But yeah guys, hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace out everybody.